Having some technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi was not working very well. In case you guys missed the earlier intro to the stream, let me go ahead and turn the volume down real quick. Still got to figure out the right volume. Just got the music set up for y'all. Today we're going to be doing compound lifts. So just going for the deadlift. We're going to be doing a bench press, a squat, and then a row. I don't have a ton of energy today, didn't get a great amount of sleep last night, so just going to stick to some relatively low volume, 3 sets of everything today, go into the RP of 8. Going to try to superset everything, but it really just depends. I'm going to listen to the body on the rest periods. Not going to do a ton of talking today, I just want to run through the typical warm-up. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a static stretch, and I only hold for about 10 to 20 seconds. If anything's really tight, I'll hold maybe about 30 to 40 seconds. But I really want to avoid doing a lot of static stretching before workouts because that's going to make your muscles more elastic and not as strong as they would be otherwise. After the static stretch portion of the warm-up, we're going to flow into an active stretch portion of the warm-up. That's movement, so nothing, just holding still. And then we'll get rolling into the workout. So without further ado, we already did the calf stretch. So for those of you that don't know, right there, back to the heel, lean into the knee. Getting that calf all stretched out right here. So we already did that both sides. We did our rectus femoris, our front quad here. Just holding on to this foot, pulling it back. We did the inner thigh. So leaning to one side, you're doing like a one leg squat. Other leg's nice and straight. You're gonna feel this in the inner thigh. And then leaning to the other side. I do have my laptop down here, so if y'all want to ask any questions, just come hang out or say hi, whatever. I would love it. Feel free to just hop in the comments, shoot me a like, whatever. I love the feedback, I really appreciate it. I'm just going to make sure it's all set up so I can see your guys' messages. Okay, looks good. Alright, and I apologize if you guys do shoot me messages and I don't see it. I promise I'll get back to it later, or I'll address it in today's live stream later on. But yeah, throughout today's workout, I'm just going to share with you some quick tips regarding health and fitness. First and foremost, we're going to start with finding your why. So why is this so important? Get it? Why is this so I know, I'm corny as hell. So finding your why is very important because you won't stick to any goal really unless, sorry I'm hearing just some feedback from my voice. You're not going to be able to stick to your goal unless you have a why established. It's going to be really hard to because that's what keeps you going when you're not motivated, you have no momentum and stuff like that. So we'll talk more about finding your why, but let's finish up the static stretch. Next up, we're going to go ahead and do a TFL stretch. This for me, I love this stretch because I'm always tight in my TFLs because of lower back issues since I was younger. I have really bad lower back injuries, so I've always had low back issues. The TFL and hips tend to be really tight because of that. Keep back leg straight, very similar to like a calf stretch. Only difference is we're not going to do a ton of leaning into our knee. Hands on the hips, and you're pushing your hips down and forward. So it's like you're tucking your pelvis, keeping your back neutral, not arching your spine. Right here, you can do hands on the hips if that helps. Another thing you do to get more leverage during this is you can bring it down to a kneeling, same sort of form. And then last but not least, one of my favorite things to do is I rotate. So I come up 45 degrees, right? Or I come up 90 degrees in my arm, and then I rotate 45 degrees, and then I bend over like so. We'll switch to the other side. Okay, then we're going to do a big reach up to the sky. Just elongating that spine. Alright. Next up, we're going to get the lat stretch. So I'm going to lean back into a lat stretch. You can grab onto something like a bar, a wall, Anything that just has an edge you can grab onto. I'm going to use the TRX here. We're just going to lean back to this. You guys can see me in the screen there. I'm just using this to lean back and keeping my spine relatively neutral. You can go to one side if you want, get all the lats stretched out on one side, and then switch. Next up, we're going to do a pec minor stretch. So you can use the door for this. If you can reach, you can use both ends of the door to just lean into, stretch out that pec minor. Otherwise, you can use one edge at a time. I'm going to go ahead and use the TRX today. Get right up in your guys' grill. Bah! So just like this. That's how you use the TRX for it. Arms up to the side and just lean into it. Okay, so just remember everything 10 seconds, nothing too long of duration for the warm-up, unless you're really tight in that area. After that, we're going to go ahead and do the neck stretching. So just lean to the side, head comes down on the shoulder, but you don't need to put a ton of pressure here. Most people's necks are really tight, mine included. And now we're going to go 45 degrees of the shoulder, looking down in the pocket. And then we're going to be looking up at 45, and then head comes down and rests on the shoulders. Looking up at 45, try to rest the head on the shoulder. Alright, now my favorite portion, active stretching. So, for active stretching, I like to start, again, with the lower body and work our way up. Hold a ton of tension in the lower body. So we're going to do some ankle rolls. I do 5 rotations one side, 5 rotations the other. And we switch to the other leg, other foot. And then we're going to go ahead and do toe extensions here. So we do dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Dorsi, up, plantar down. Just like that, coming back and forth. Again, we're doing active stretching, constant movement, no holding. Static stretching is what I was doing earlier. You're holding for at least 10 to 20 seconds, if not longer. Okay, after that, I do some leg swings. First, we start going forward. Swinging your leg just like a pendulum. Trying to let the hip relax during this. Just going 5 there, and then I go 5 sideways, like that. Just keeping everything nice and loose. Don't try to hold everything tight here. If you need to hold on to something, feel free. I may need to hold on to something today too. My balance is terrible. When you get bad sleep, that'll definitely affect your balance and performance in all kinds of ways. Okay, and then I like to do some rotation of the hips. Or hip circles, rather. My brain's not working today, as you can see, so I'm probably going to misname a bunch of shit. Be expecting it. Alright, next up we're going to go arm swings. So just swinging the arms back and forth, make sure whichever arm goes above goes below, and just alternating that. And then we're going to go an alternate arm swing. We're just going back and forth like this. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do some shoulder rolls. So just like this, going up. Bring your shoulders up, and then roll them down. Then we'll reverse. Always doing both sides, or both directions for our warm-up. I'm going to go ahead and do shoulder pinch or shoulder squeeze. Pinch, squeeze the shoulder blades just like that. You can bring your hands up to do a different variation of this. And then I like to do this variation too. The same thing, we're just pinch, squeezing the shoulder blades. Then we're going to go ahead and do arm circles. So starting out small, working our way big. And we're going forward right now, then we'll work our way backwards. So Backwards now. All these active warm-ups, stretching should only be about 10 seconds or so. You don't need to spend a ton of time doing some active warm-ups. If something is really tight, just like with static, you can do it a little bit longer. And I apologize if the music's too loud. I'm still trying to get the volume down. First workout stream that I've done music, so. Alright, last but not least, we're going to do some neck active stretches. So just going side to side with our neck. Then we're going to go at a diagonal angle here. And then my favorite, neck roll. Alright, now you feel all nice and loose. I promise you guys, if you did nothing else every single morning but doing an active warm-up like I just did with the movement, it would be a game changer. Every day that I don't do my warm-up of active moving, I'm telling you, I feel really stiff throughout the day, and it just kind of just sets your body up to move throughout the day, so you just feel more limber, you feel like you're gonna move more throughout the day. So just spend 5 to 10 minutes at the very least doing some active warm-up. It'd be awesome if you did a little bit of static before that and then did your active. But again, it should only take you 5 to 10 minutes every single morning. I mean, if that means just hitting snooze one less time or 10 less times, get your ass up, get some movement going. All right, now we're gonna go straight into the workout. So doing the primary movements, the compound movements. Again, brain's not working today. We're gonna start out by doing some rows with the barbell. Just gonna do a couple reps warm up with the bar. All right, all nice and warm there. We're gonna do some supersets, and just to make it go faster, we're gonna superset with some free weight. That way I don't gotta keep changing the barbell around. So we're gonna go rows, and then we're gonna go squat. So these adjustable dumbbells, I got from Bowflex. Awesome. These ones go from 10 to 90 pounds. Probably anywhere from like 300 to 500 bucks right now online, but I got them for really affordable before the pandemic hit. Unfortunately, the cost of like weights and stuff went through the roof after the pandemic, so you're probably gonna have to spend a little bit of money, but well worth it because these dumbbells replace a whole rack. It's just two in their setting, and I can just adjust them to whatever I need. So we're gonna go for a goblet squat, getting underneath the weight, just like so, and you're gonna hug the weight really tight. Going down to 90 degrees, bending through those heels. Allow the elbows to basically tap the knees or the inner thighs. Alright, superset one done. So, when doing supersets, Just for clarification, back-to-back exercises, no rest. So I did a barbell row, I did a goblet squat with the dumbbell. That's a superset. Now, after your superset's done, you could rest about a minute or two, kind of listen to your body. I tend to use the talk test. Talk test means I'm talking to you guys right now. If you can say a sentence without gasping for air, time to go again. So right now I'm kind of gasping for air, so it'll take a little bit longer. And also on days when you're really tired, like for me today, didn't get a ton of sleep, you obviously you're gonna rest a little bit longer. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And if you guys have any questions, if you want to say what's up, feel free. Shoot me a comment and shoot me a DM. Just a little bit more about defining your why I was mentioning earlier. I had this conversation. I had some shit going in my mouth. All right, so I had this conversation yesterday with my sister, and she was saying, I was just asking her how she's doing, and you know, she's staying consistent with working out, exercise. She said no, she's been, you know, in a slump, not very active. She's like, she needs motivation. So here's the problem with motivation, y'all. Motivation sucks ass at keeping you going with any sort of goal, whether it's fitness or health related or not. Motivation is very fleeting. One day you're gonna be super juiced to do whatever you wanna do, and then the next day you're gonna have no energy and be tired and be like, nah, screw it. So motivation is very fleeting. It's a terrible thing to rely on for any sort of goal, especially health and fitness. So rather than using motivation, that's why it's so important to find your why, because your why like gets deep down in the core roots of like, what the hell are you even doing on this planet? Why are you even doing this to your body? Like all those things. So for example, one of my dear clients, I love this dude so much, his why is he wants to be around for his grandkids. So he wants to have his health in a good standing to where he's able to be around and be there for his grandkids and his kids, and just see everyone kind of grow up and how they develop. So that's very strong, that's very powerful, especially since it's not rooted within himself, it's towards others. So when he gets really tired and he doesn't feel like doing shit, and he doesn't feel like working out or taking care of his health, if he just thinks about that, like, I want to be around for my kids and my grandkids, that's powerful as hell. You don't need motivation, you need to know why the hell you're doing something. So finding your why is very critical. How do you do this? Very simple, just keep asking yourself why. Grab a piece of paper, grab your phone, start with, why do I want to lose weight? Or why do I want to lose body fat percentage? Or why the hell do I want to work out every single day? Any health and fitness goal, or any goal really, but we're just talking about health and fitness today. Start with the why. And then you write down the answer to that. And you keep asking yourself why until you get to the point where it's really hard to find an answer, or it makes you very emotional. Like literally, I have personally cried when I found my why, or I was getting close to it. It's like an onion peel. You're peeling back all these layers to find why the hell are you actually doing this said goal. So you can just imagine like peeling back those layers of the onion. And it's a great metaphor because as you get deeper in that onion and close to the core, you start to cry, right? When you actually physically peel an onion. Same thing with finding your why. As you get deeper and deeper and deeper, it's going to get very emotional. And then it may even get to the point where you can't even explain it, but you just do your best to put it into words. That is finding your why. So much more effective than using motivation. So yeah, we're going to get another set, and then after that set, I'm going to share with you another technique that I like to use rather than motivation. It is momentum. Superset 2 done. Woo! So today, going really light. I'm humbling myself, listening to my body. This shit is critical. I feel like it's very easy to slip into ego lifting. Like I love lifting heavy, I love really pushing myself. But as I mentioned earlier, I am hella tired. I got shitty sleep, not a lot of sleep. So I don't have a ton of energy today. And I'm just honoring my body, listening to my body. Hey, don't go as heavy today. And it feels really good actually. Whereas if I really ignored that, just didn't listen to my body and I pushed myself, I probably feel like shit and it may affect me for the next day or two. So listen to your body. Every day is different. Be humble. Don't lift with the ego. Yeah, so as I was mentioning earlier about the why, great thing to do. Forget motivation. Another thing you could use instead of motivation is momentum. Now, momentum, you can think inertia, right? You roll the ball down a hill, that thing's gonna keep freaking going if it's a hill, right? And the faster it goes, the more it rolls. So no different with any goal that you have. If you start working out, you get this momentum rolling, you get the ball rolling, right? You work out for the first week, cool. You work out for the second week, the third week. As you start being consistent and you have this ball rolling, you keep that momentum going, it's gonna continue until you stop. So using momentum is very effective. I mean, I've personally done many goals just with momentum alone. But the problem is, there's things that stop momentum. When your momentum gets stopped, it's really hard to keep going. So that's when having your why in place is very important, because in those really hard times when you get stopped, when the ball stops rolling, use something like your why to kickstart it. Or another very simple thing you could do is whatever your goal is, say your goal is to do like 3 sets of 7 different exercises for a workout. If you've hit a hard stop with your momentum, just do a workout of 1 set of the 7. Or if that's still too much, it's still hard to get up off your ass and do it, do something even simple, even more simple than that. Do like 5 repetitions of each exercise, or just keep lessening it down, 1 rep of each. Literally just anything to keep, or anything to start. Excuse me, my brain and my mouth is not working today. So anything it takes just to get started again. You can literally put whatever volume you want. If it's just 1 rep of everything, or just getting up and doing a warm-up, it doesn't even have to be a workout. Anything to just start the momentum of movement again. And then over time, you just add a little bit more and more and more, and then that's how momentum works. So finding your why should be everyone's core desire, especially for health and fitness goals. It's gonna keep you going. Don't use motivation, use momentum instead. All right, we're gonna get the next superset. So we're going to do a superset of deadlift, and then we're going to go with a press variation. start out with some deads first. Take a little bit of rest in between your supersets. 1 to 2 minutes is fine. Just listen to your body, whatever you need. And feel free if you guys have any questions or you just want to come out and say what's up. Feel free. Would really appreciate any and all feedback. So we went over finding your why. We went over momentum. What are some other things you can do as far as reaching your goal? I think having a plan in place is really smart. So having some sort of program you're following. This could be something you program by yourself. It could be something that I program for you. Any other person out there program for you. Yes, certain programs are going to be better. I mean, most people aren't going to be able to make a great health and fitness program versus someone that does it professionally. But hey, you can still do it. So having some sort of program that you follow is very, very crucial. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a program. I mean, stuff is very available out there today. I mean, you can just YouTube stuff. A lot of my stuff that I'm streaming right now, you can just use that. But having some sort of structure that you know exactly what you're doing, how to follow it, that's also very reassuring. So I'm actually coming out with something very soon here. It's going to be a subscription-based app. It's only going to be $15 a month, so just like the same cost of like Audible or like other things like that. How it works is it's going to be like an exercise library where you guys could like sign into this app and you can see all the different exercises that I have available. I'm not just going to stop at exercises though. I have programs built out already and I'm going to be working on some in the future here too, where it educates you guys. What is basal metabolic rate? How do you really identify how much calories you should be having every single day, and how do you like go about fixing plateaus and stuff like that? So you would definitely have a program based to it where you could follow this for 4 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever. But also just the learning aspect of it too. I really believe in empowering people. I don't think it's wise, or I don't like the idea of just like, hey, here's the next program, here's the next program. Although I do offer that, I would like to empower someone so they know how to build out their own program and how to listen to their own body. And I think that's the huge shift of when I first started training to now, is I really want to empower and help people. And it's less of like the scarcity mindset where it's just like, oh no, I got to keep them coming back for the next program, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm really focused on now, is really helping you guys out, being able to do this on your own. So be on the lookout for that. In the next week or so, I will be having a subscription-based app for those of you that are independent and you want to follow along with just some programming. And if you guys are interested, feel free to message me if you have more questions. A lot of the stuff you can try out for free. You don't have to sign up for anything. But yeah, that's going to be coming out very soon. Again, feel free to ask questions if you guys have any. We're going to get on the next superset. We're going to go deadlift, and then we're going to go straight into a pressing variant. For the pressing variant today, we'll probably do some chest press, and we've been doing a lot of incline lately, so I'm either going to probably go for some decline press, show you guys how to do that on a bench where you don't have a decline bench. So yeah, we'll just do that. We'll start out with some deads first. Make sure y'all can see that. Looks pretty good. So when you're doing a decline press and you don't have a decline bench to do it on, you just set up in a flat chest press position and then you do a hip thrust. So I'll show you guys exactly how you're gonna do it. So just in a flat chest press position, feet come on the bench, and then you hip thrust up like so, and then we press from underneath the chest. Decline press, there you go. So that's just a variant you guys, whoa. That's just a variant you guys can do if you do not have a decline bench available. Just use it on the flat and just do a hip thrust. Woo! I am tired today, I don't know about y'all. All right. Whew. So we just got 2 more sets of that, 2 more sets of deadlift, and then chest press. I wouldn't recommend walking very far away from the rack for the barbell when you're doing any sort of lift, squat, rows, deads. I mean, typically you do deads from the ground, but I'm just doing it from the rack right now. But yeah, don't walk away from the rack like I'm doing. I'm just trying to get in the shot so you guys can see. That's why I'm just changing the angle. And the camera's over here rather than over there because I was just having internet issues earlier. So, is what it is. Don't walk away from the rack with your weights. It'll be hard as hell to rack them back up, especially when you're tired at the end of your lift. Looks like y'all can see that. Yep. All right, chest press up next. Doing that decline. variation, just doing a hip thrust on a flat bench. It's a way to do a decline variation. All right, last set here. Woo! Alright, so today, if you guys missed it earlier, pretty damn tired. So my volume is definitely not as high as it usually would be. I usually am doing 7 primary exercises. What you see today, we're doing a press variation, row variation, squat, dead, and then I add 3 on, swing, carry, and then rotation. But yeah, not feeling very energetic today. Not a lot in the tank, so lowering the weight today, lowering the volume. This is gonna be our last set of deadlift and chest press here. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope you guys have saw what I was mentioning earlier about momentum and finding your why versus using motivation. If you guys didn't see that, I'll clip it later and I'll put it up so you guys can see all the little tidbits of gold nuggets that I drop on the stream every once in a while. I talk a lot, but every once in a while I drop some gold nuggets in there for y'all. All right, so we're gonna do the last set here, and then we'll get into the cool down, some static stretching. Last set of deads, done. Now we just got a last set of chest press. All right, last set of chest press. Supersetting everything today, back-to-back exercises, no rest. Uh-oh, I might have to make a rap about workouts. I don't know if you guys have been seeing my other raps I've been posting. I tend to make raps about silly stuff. Sometimes it's serious and political or religious based, but I think I'm gonna have to make a workout rap. Let me know what you guys think. And regardless of what you guys think, I'm probably gonna make one anyway. All right, that's all she wrote for the workout. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into some cool down static stretching. As I mentioned earlier, you never wanna like really push yourself when you're not feeling energetic or tired. Like I didn't get a lot of good sleep last night, but just doing something, getting in some sort of volume. So I went for 4 different exercises of 3 sets, rather than my typical 7 exercises of 3 sets. Lessen the volume. I went down in weight today. I actually feel really good right now. That's another indicator how you want to feel at the end of your workout. You don't want to feel necessarily destroyed. That may be just pushing your body a little bit too much. You want to feel like you got a good solid workout. You know, your body heat rose a little bit, maybe you got a little bit of sweat on. You feel like a pump in your muscles. It's not about leaving the gym feeling destroyed. It's about what's the least amount of thing you can do each time that you work out to elicit a muscle gaining or change response. And then it's about recovering from it. The problem with working out way too damn hard and taxing your body is it's really hard to recover from. And most people don't have the genetics or the recovery protocol in place to constantly be destroying their body. And believe it or not, someone who does like maybe 75% of the work, but just does enough, 75% of the work that someone that's going like 100% all out failure all the time, really pushing their body, destroying their body, as long as that person does 75% of that, does enough to elicit that muscle change response and feels good at the end of their workout, like they actually got a good workout, chances are they'll have better results in the long term. It's just, that's how it is. I feel like when you just go all out, you're more injury prone. I myself have suffered a lot of injuries from doing really heavy lifting and not listening to my body, especially on days where I had no energy, just really pushing it. So yeah, just being aware of your body, listening to it every single day. When you have a ton of energy, go for it, really push yourself. But it's not about destroying your body, it's about feeling good and getting that muscle change response consistently. All right, static stretch. As I throw my bench around and destroy everything. Just like we did at the beginning of the workout, start with static stretching, or finish up with static stretching. Stretching out the lower body, working our way up. So calf stretch first, leaning into that knee. If you guys don't feel a good stretch here, elevate that foot on something. Use something to elevate the foot right there. You can lean into that heel. This will definitely hit the soleus and the calf. Holding anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. Remember, this isn't the warm-up, this is the cool down. All right, another thing that you can do for your cool down is really focus on your breathing. Deep breath in, deep breath out. This is going to help your muscles relax. This is going to help your mind relax and loosen up all the tense muscles in the body. So deep breath in, followed by that deep breath out. Keep repeating it out throughout the entire cool down, and it's going to help relax your mind and your body. Again, why do we do a cool down? So you have all this blood flow going, your body thinks, hey, we're ramped up for exercise. You got to tell your body, hey, it's time to cool down. It's time to relax, right? Otherwise, since you warmed it up and you got your heart rate going, it's going to think you're going to keep doing a lot of intense movement, so your body's like primed for that. So you also have to prime it to cool down. Much like the oven, right? You can get away with not preheating stuff, but usually things seem to cook better when you preheat the oven, right? There you go, that's your warm-up. Your cool down would be like the opposite of that. You don't leave your oven on after you're done cooking, right? Why the hell would you do that? It's wasting electricity. I mean, I guess there could be some arguments if you don't have a heater in the house, but you don't leave your oven on after you're done cooking. You turn the damn thing off and you let it cool down. Same thing with your body. You let the shit cool down. All right, so we did the capsule stretch first, then we just did the rectus femoris, that front quad stretch. If anything's feeling really tight, feel free to hold it longer. I'm usually just going about 20-30 seconds unless I find a really tight spot. And I may hold it a little bit longer so it relaxes a little bit. Next up, we're gonna do the inner thigh. So just single leg squat, one side, stretching out the inner thigh. Also, a very important component I forgot to mention, playing some really chill music for the cool down will help as well. It'll help just get you in that right mindset. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna put on some really chill, relaxing music. And then the last thing you do, deep breathing in and out, chill music to set the mood. You can also do some visualization, closing your eyes and imagine a place you're really relaxed and really calm. I typically imagine either like a beach on a not a super scorching hot day, but it's like a warm day, the sun's out, got a light breeze, so it's a little bit refreshing. Or my other favorite one is in the meadow, in kind of like the autumn or the fall, in like a meadow in like Yosemite or some just, you know, big old meadow areas surrounded by like mountains and trees, and there's just like a cabin and just like walking through the meadow. Those two like depictions for me, or those visualizations for me, really calm me. So much so that if I'm doing my deep breathing, I got some chill music on, and I do that visualization, I've fallen asleep during my cool down because I got to such a relaxed state multiple times where I woke up like after 5 or 10 minutes, just a quick little nap, unintentionally. But that's the power of using those techniques during your cool down to help relax your body. Great to do before bed too. Static stretch, deep breathing in and out, chill music, and then the visualizations of relaxing and calm. Awesome, that primes your body for rest, which is gonna help you recover more and get better sleep. So we'll finish up the inner thigh stretch here. Hamstring stretch next. TFL stretch. Reaching from the sky. Lat stretch. Pec minor stretch. Post-workout ASMR. Breathing. That'd be a trip. If you guys actually wanted ASMR breathing. Oh man. It's just deep breath in, deep breath out. Remember, those visualizations help a ton. Finish up with the next stretch. Right. Awesome work today, y'all. That is it. Got a warm up, static stretch, active stretch. We got our compound movements today. We got squat, we got deadlift, we got chest press, we got row, and we finished up with a static stretch cool down. That is how you want every single workout to look. Typically I'm doing a little bit more volume, but that's it right there, y'all. That's all you need for a solid workout. Just remember, you're pushing yourself enough, like 8 out of 10, that RPE of 8, to elicit that muscle change response. Don't have to kill yourself. Don't have to really push that hard. But you want to feel a little bit sore the next day and just feel like good after your workout. That should be the aim. Just a little recap. We talked about, rather than using motivation, use your why. Why the hell are you doing this specific goal? And then use momentum. Momentum and finding your why is so much better than relying on motivation. I can just do a whole video that just rants on the benefits of using those two versus motivation. But yeah, just sit down, find your damn why, and at the very least, guys, 5 to 10 minutes every single day of the warm-up that we did in this stream. All right, y'all, I'll see you later for the gaming stream. Come check out me play guitar. I'll be playing some StarCraft 2, maybe some Overwatch. We'll see. But as always, feel free to leave questions, feedback, comments, dislikes, likes, whatever. If you guys want to tell me I'm shit or to prove on something, I would love your feedback regardless, y'all.